What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to some more Black Myth. I am shooting this video on Christmas Day. I got a couple of days off and I told myself, you know what? I'm getting in there, I'm gonna lock in, I'm gonna shoot a video. But guess what happened? No audio was recorded whatsoever. So I had to figure out what I needed to do with the video, so I'm gonna go ahead and do this.
Hey, so I had to go through a computer restart after that last boss you just saw me triumphantly take down. When I restarted it, I didn't realize that OBS no longer recognized my mic or the game audio. So when I started recording again, it was all muted. So I played for another hour and a half and there's no audio for it. And I am so upset that for an hour and a half, I was eating tits. And now the footage is pretty much unusable. And now my voice is cracking because I'm sad. I don't want to just not have that here since I'm showcasing my entire Black Myth Wukong journey, since it's been my most anticipated game of the year and I'm really enjoying it so far. I'm just trying to think on what the fuck I'm gonna do with this brick. In space, no one can hear you come. What the fuck am I gonna do with it? Don't worry, I made my decision for what I'm gonna do with the hour 30 that has no sound. I'm just gonna take the video footage and stick it up my ass.
Charlie, I hear you, brother. That shit was so fucking frustrating when I found out I had absolutely no audio, no game audio, nothing. So I had to figure out what I needed to do. Now, this is brand new to me. I don't know how to do commentary. I don't know how to do voiceovers. Matter of fact, all this shit is new to me. You know, shooting videos, period. And trying to upload this shit on YouTube and trying to create content. But I'm gonna give it a shot. So here I go. But one thing that was a consolation, at least, was seeing somebody who is, you know, as established as Charlie, you know, go through something similar. So of course I'm kicking myself in the ass and I'm like, oh my God, you're such a fucking noob. How did you forget not to check the audio? But I guess this is a common thing, so I don't feel, you know, so bad, you know what I mean? So with all that being said, let's get right into it. This is chapter, what is this? I don't know, 4. And in this video, I go ahead and I beat 3 different bosses. Starting with this guy. Next is going to be Scorpion Lord. And then the next one is going to be, I don't know, some big chicken motherfucker that turns the sky red and does some evil shit. And I'll whoop his ass too. So let's go ahead and get into this shit. Alright, so you see me in here pressing bro. Bro was getting spanked. He was very easy. In fact, I was just making sure I was beating him because I had to get to a secret area that I found out about. And I'm gonna just keep it a fucking stack with you. There's certain things in this game that I have zero clue. I don't know. Whoever is doing the ultra gaming shit and figuring all this extra shit out, you know, props to you. But I was having a hard time, you know, since back in chapter 3 with figuring out where some secret items are and where some areas, you know, how to get in and out of certain areas. So I had to look that shit up. So this guy came up on the list for this chapter, chapter 4, as a guy that I had to go figure out where he was, beat his ass, and then he was going to lead me into another area where I was capable of getting some extra shit in this chapter. So I was on his ass. So first and foremost, I had to look this guy up and figure out who he is and what he was going to give me. So that brought me here. So now I'm just whooping his ass, and he's, you know, honestly an easy fight, fairly easy fight. He actually moves kind of quick though. I'm not gonna hold you. He moves a little bit quick. So once you get that down, you start knocking his arms off. Then there's like a second phase to him. Once you beat his ass in the second phase, then he gets ready to do what you're getting ready to see after I whoop his ass, which is gonna be almost immediately. And this whole act right here, like him saying, yo, I'm getting my ass whooped, I'm gonna just rip my arms off and continue fighting you that way. That's some crazy shit to me, man. But here's a fun fact, right? A fun fact is male spiders in real life, when they're with a female or around a female, they actually will force feed themselves to a female spider. Like they want to be eaten. They want to get their ass torn up. And there's some crazy sadist shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, eat me, bitch. You know, anyhow, weird behavior, but this guy seems to be on that. So working my way through this guy, and also just to give you a little input as far as in what's going on in my head, I am using the thrust stance. I also like the smash stance. I mean, to be honest with you, that's where most of the heavy, powerful hits are gonna come from the smash stance. But I've been playing back and forth with the thrust stance. I really like it. The one I really hate the most is the pillar. I don't really find too much use for that. Let me know if you guys are experiencing the same thing. Like outside of characters or enemies that throw really low swinging blows, and you can get your ass up in the air and get away from that. Just whoop his ass, easy, clean, good night. And in any case, so yeah, so I don't really find too much use for the pillar stance. So been using the thrust stance, which you see me use with this guy, makes light work of him, and smash stance, which is helping me progress pretty quickly. Now this is the reason why I had to go find this guy and whoop his ass, because he opens up this area. I'm gonna go ahead and give my compliments to the chef. The cinematics are top fucking notch, man. This shit is gorgeous. Like, look at this shit, bro. And also, one of my favorite times, I'm in Florida now, but back when I used to live up in New York, one of my favorite times was like autumn. I'm saying autumn, fall time, when all the trees would look just like this, man. And you'd be driving through the city, I was in Long Island, but I was in and out of Queens, a lot of family in Queens, a lot of family in East New York. And when the trees start turning like this, man, oh my God, I was in love, man. There was no better shit. So, any case, in Florida, you have two seasons. It's like extremely fucking hot summer, and then it's like, you know, like a month or two maybe of cold, and that's about it. It's in and out. So when I see things like this, it kind of reminds me of back up north, which, you know, I appreciate. So I'm enjoying it. And you can tell I'm loving it. Look at me. I don't even know what the hell what am I, singing or some shit? I don't know, who the fuck knows? Any case, you guys ever do that? Like when you eat something like you really like, you get to singing, you get to dancing and some shit? That's what this game does to me, man. When I play this game, I get to fucking dancing and singing some random ass shit, man. I don't know what the fuck. Now, check this out. Peep the tree. I want y'all to watch the tree, right? When I was fighting, I was laughing my ass off because I swear to God, this tree looks like it was just fresh out of training with like Mr. Miyagi or some shit. This tree, I swear to God, thinks it's like fucking Daniel. What is it doing? Low sweep moves and shit like that? And once I beat his ass, this motherfucker lifted his knee up like he was fucking doing the Karate Kid shit. I think I just pointed it out in the video, bro. That shit had me dying laughing, bro. Swear to God. Now, here we go. Now, said by a few people, this is one of the top 5 hardest bosses in the game. And I just found him. This is the Scorpion Lord. And initially, he don't want to fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? He's like, hey, listen, I ain't trying to do nothing with you. I'm just trying to sit up here and drink my fucking liquor. You know what I'm saying? Leave me the fuck alone. But you have to actually like aggro him and fuck around. I don't know, those are filled with his wine, his liquor, whatever. You fuck them shits up. He gets on his feet. Now he wants to square up with you. So this is what I'm getting ready to get into. Probably one of the top 5 hardest bosses. Honestly, I wouldn't say he's the hardest, but motherfucker was tough, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. So right now, basically, bro got me on my heels. It's not looking too good for your boy. I gotta roll deep, gotta bring the guys out on this one, gotta start moving militant, you know what I'm saying? So, boom, bring the clones out. Clones are here. What's that gonna do? That's gonna get this nigga off my dick. You know what I'm saying? Facts. So, now that he's backed off a little bit, alright, look, so I'm moving into Cloud Step. Now that's gonna help me figure out what other angles do I have. So, I also have a couple of the transformations that I use. The one is with the guy with the fire staff, I'm forgetting his name, but then I recently got Yellow Long. Yellow Long, my nigga, right? I'm still kind of learning how to use him, but I bring him out in this fight. You know, and if you know, like I know, when you use him, bro does damage. You know what I'm saying? My man's is gas, you heard? So I'm still kind of debating, it's still up for debate, who do I really like the best? But it's gonna be between him and the first guy you get. I think it's Yang Z, Wang Z, I don't know, something like that. But it's gonna be between one of those two. Alright, so check it. Enough of that. But I want y'all to listen to me right quick, right? So I think I got this fire ass idea for the DLC that's gonna come. And you know that's gonna be inevitable. This game was massively successful, right? So you have the 4 secret longs, right? You have cyan long, you got black long, you got red long, and the guy I was just using right there, that was yellow long, right? So boom, on the DLC, you're gonna have 2 extra chapters, right? So you're gonna have chapter 7, chapter 8. Let's say in a secret area, just follow me on this one, there's gonna be a secret area in chapter 8 with like a bunch of mushrooms and shit, right? Then you're gonna have another long character, right? That'll be like, I'll represent the long character. I'll be in there and there'll be another dragon, a big ass dragon in a mushroom area. Now peep this, guess what my name gonna be? Thick and long. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about my penis. Shit, it makes sense to me. Anyway, so alright. So we're paying attention to what this guy Scorpion Lord is doing, man. We're trying to get a W on this one, man, but he is a little bit tough. So we're doing what we have to do on this guy. So outside of me using every fucking thing I got in my backpack, every tool that I have on my belt, you know what I'm saying, I am enjoying the game. So, you know, I'm just gonna kind of cruise along here and see what I need to do, see what some open areas are in order to attack, and you know, take my time on this one. I think he took me, I don't know, like maybe a good like hour and a half. I don't know, I might be overshooting that one. It took me a good minute, man. He took me a little while. He's definitely one of the more harder bosses in this level. One of the things also that I struggle with, I know other people struggle with as well, is when a boss or any enemy is just relentless. You know what I mean? And when their attacks, when their hits are like fucking Mack trucks, and he's definitely one of those guys, right? So as soon as he starts doing so peeping what he's doing right now, he has that swipe with the tail, then he attacks, and then he hits you with the poison, right? So that was something else that I had to do coming into this fight. I had to make sure that I have my poison antidote up. So he hits you with the poison tail, and then he starts swinging that bitch back to back to back, and it gives you very little breathing room. And that's something that I struggle with a lot. So a lot of the times I have to go through it just a few times just to memorize the attack patterns. And once I get it down, then I know what to load up with, like I was just doing right now, coming into the game, and it gives me a little bit more of an edge. You know what I'm saying? So, of course, I have to use the Immobilize. I'm gonna use that pretty much to the end of this game. I don't think I'm gonna switch over to Ring of Fire. I'm not gonna switch over to Rock Solid. None of those things really work for me, not for my fighting style. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna stick with what I got, and I'm gonna pull out the W every time. So you see that fucking tail, man? That shit is fucking annoying as shit. I hate that shit. And then when he goes underground, and there was another one, a couple of videos I did before, Yellow Wind Sage, when he went underground, and did he go underground or did he go in the air? I don't know, I forget already. Fucking short-term memory of fucking, what was that blue fish in Nemo? Dory? Got a fucking memory like Dory sometimes, I swear to God. So you see what I'm doing here? I'm just working them down. I'm working them down as much as I can. You know, just used Yellow Long. Now I'm bringing the clones back out. And, you know, we do a decent bit of damage. I think I got them, you know, all the way, you know, packed out as far as in their skill tree Got them all the way packed out to the point where they can actually immobilize themselves, which is super dope. That shit comes in clutch, I'm trying to tell you. Right? But I don't know what the magic number is, y'all. I don't know, like maybe like after 3, maybe 4 times, you know, trying to fight a difficult boss where I start to learn the movesets. Maybe around there I'll start to notice it, but it's also me in conflict with myself. Like as soon as I come in, I just want to start putting belt to ass, you know what I'm saying? I just want to start whooping ass. But you know, it's hard to hold myself back and not get so greedy. You know what I mean? Because the greed shit definitely is real, you know what I'm saying? But here, I'm just getting into my cloud step, you know what I'm saying? Now, come here, nigga. Come here, nigga. Get the staff up your ass. Shit. No diddy though. Hold on. Pause. Okay, so dead again, we go again. So this guy is pretty tough, and I don't mind a decent challenge in my games, right? I don't mind it. But after a while, what's a good number? Let me think, right? A good number, I think, would be about 4 hours, right? Can we agree on that number? 4 hours on a difficult boss. You should be done with. It should be complete. You should be moving forward in the game. If you're spending hours, and I'm talking about people who are showing up online and saying, this is my 48 hours I can't beat. And it might be like a Milena, it might be like a Radon or some super tough fucking boss. And a motherfucker will pop up and say, yo, I've been 18 hours, I haven't gotten no sleep. At what point do these creators, I know FromSoft is definitely on that, but this is what game science. At what point do these creators are like, you know what? Maybe we should keep the gamer in mind. Maybe they don't really want to get fucking boss locked and not move forward in the game. Maybe we should just make it just tough enough so they can experience the game. Because who are you making the game for? This type of shit is not for your average gamer. You know what I'm saying? I want to enjoy a story. I want to see the characters. I want a good challenge, right? I think all of us do. But I want to get past it in a decent amount of time. These people who are spending like fucking 20 hours, 40 hours, you know what I'm saying? You're spending days on a fucking boss. Like, what's going on with you? Like, you must fucking love the pain, bro. I don't know. Like, you must, you know, be that type of person who gets into a relationship like, abuse me, please abuse me. Like, come on, man. What else are you playing these games for? If it's not for fun and enjoying a story and enjoying a decent challenge, then you're playing to get abused. You know what I'm saying? And for those people, listen, I'm here for you, okay? This is what I want you to do. For those people who like the Milena fights, who like the Radon fights and all that shit, and, you know, God bless you. But I need you to call this number. It's 1-900 Cares. Miracle Cares. And for $4.99 a minute, you can go ahead and tell me, who hurt you? Who hurt you, bro? What the fuck is wrong with you? I'm just playing. But I don't know. I don't see it. I can't see myself doing it, man. This game is challenging enough. And I think I'm going to go back to something like God of War, some Spider-Man or something like that. Just to pull my foot off the gas a little bit. Because this shit, you know what I'm saying? It's easy enough, but I don't want to fucking sit with a boss all goddamn day. It's just not me. So what are we thinking? Do we like the commentary? Do we like the voiceover? Do you like this style more, or would you like me to go back to the original style where, you know, I'm doing the just the vocals and, I don't know if you call them vocals, but just the talking on the regular video? I don't know. I think this is interesting. I think I get to not have to pay attention to what's going on screen and talk about that as much. Because look at me. If you look at me, I'm hyper focused on what I'm doing. I'm button mashing. And this, like, I could really talk about whatever the fuck. I can talk about my childhood right now. I could talk about, what I had for lunch or some shit. It's just me being me more so. And I like the freedom of that. I think it gives me a little bit more range. So y'all let me know what y'all like. Back to it. Okay, I'm gonna load up right here. I'm gonna load up because it's time to fucking get locked in. I had enough of this guy, man. I swear to God. Alright, running in, and I'm beginning to see. Alright, so my go-to is going to be immobilized, alright? Gonna be immobilized. I'm gonna knock the dust off this nigga's dick, and I'm gonna get right to it. And then I also like to try to get to a spirit as soon as possible. I've been noticing that. So boom, hit cloud step. And I'm also trying to get behind him, seeing if that works more so than just going straight on. I know with the yellow and sage, that did work a little bit better, but come on, baby. Right, with the yellow long, you know what I'm saying? Gonna put belt to ass. So this guy, I'm really feeling him. I'm gonna probably start moving forward a little bit more with him, start getting nicer with him, and do my thing with this guy. But all right, so I'm with the yellow and sage. I'm in the air. I'm fucking this nigga up, and I'm liking it. So I'm gonna keep putting pressure on him and see what happens now. Another thing is, I really don't mind fighting this guy, right? I made a comment a little bit earlier about people who are fighting bosses for an extreme amount of time. I don't mind fighting a boss. I'm gonna retract what I'm saying. I'm gonna say this. I don't mind fighting a boss if the fucking boss is fun. You know what I'm saying? Come on, baby. If I'm having a good time with the boss, I really don't mind fighting the boss. And I guess that's gonna be subjective. You know what I'm saying? Some people are gonna be like, you know what, I'm having a really hard time. I hate fighting this boss for as many hours as I've been fighting the boss. And for those people, I give my previous statement, Alright, so if you're fighting the boss and you're having a hard time, why continue the pain? Why prolong the pain? But if I'm having a good time, I'm getting locked in and I'm enjoying the fight, I'm gonna go in for as long as necessary. So I will retract my previous statement and I won't go in and say that get his ass, get his ass, get his ass. See, going right around the back, that's what's gonna be working for me. That's what has been working for me. Alright, any case, so in that poison tail, oh, come on, bro. They really, these guys who create these games, they know exactly what they're doing when they put those punishing ass moves, bro. That shit is fucking retarded. Anyhow, so back to what I was saying. So here's the thing, right? I'm building a channel, I'm building a brand, I'm building a community. And what I said before was people who are kind of punishing themselves and that kind of goes throughout their life. That might be true. That might be true. But I want to build a community that actually provides a place for people to be like, you know what, I'm playing this game and this is what I think about the game, I'm having a good time. Or if they feel something like that is ringing true, where they feel like, you know what, things aren't right in my life and I feel like I might be off a little bit and this might be a telltale sign to something that is wrong with me, then I want you to speak about it. Yeah, I'm gonna joke, I'm gonna be entertaining as much as possible, but also I want to create a safe space, a community where it's okay for you to be like, you know what, I have been playing too many video games, I have been indulging in some other shit that I know is not the best for me, and I want to speak about it to a certain extent. I'm not gonna be nobody's therapist out here, but I'm willing to talk about that, and I want to create that kind of place for you to feel safe to do that. You know what I mean? I have been getting better. Gotta admit, I have been getting better with the dodges. Sometimes it's a little bit harder to do, but the thing that this game does really well is when you dodge, if you know, if you dodge perfectly and that little love that shit, boy. Hit that perfect dodge and leaves a little clone or something like that in the midst, that feels so good, man. that feels good. And when you get all the focus points, you get all the focus points charged up, and you get that extremely massive hit, that feels fucking great. All right, so whooping his ass. All right, get in there, BOM! Wandering White's gonna be my guy. He's gonna be my guy 100%. I've tried all the other ones, man. Wandering White is a guy. You call him Big Baby, Baby Head, whatever you want to call him. That's my nigga. Something else that's been on my mind, just as far as extending what I'm doing here, I'm gonna start with the YouTube. YouTube seems to be the easiest and the most convenient as far as in my my schedule. And how my schedule is first and foremost, I'm always gonna put health as top priority. Health has always been in my life. Fitness has always been in my life for I don't know how many fucking years. So health will always take priority. My diet and exercise. So first thing in the morning, I'm gonna hit my exercise. That's gonna be priority. I'm gonna make sure I'm doing my food prep, and I do intermittent fasting. And if you guys want to know as far as what my take is on that, we can go into that a little bit further. But intermittent fasting has always been a priority. So I do my meal prep around that, get my workout in. Then I'm gonna be whatever spare time I have left. I'm gonna be playing the video games, trying to do some recording. This seems to be working for me a little bit more because I can record the video and then come back whenever I have some extra time and do some voiceover. But I've also been thinking about streaming. And when I'm thinking about streaming, I'm not too sure how I want to go about that because that 100% requires me to take a block of time, a whole chunk of time, and go in that way. So, I'm thinking about that. And if you guys feel like that might be something you want to see, I'm asking you, let me know, and I'll see what I can do in order to start managing that moving forward. Now, I know not everything we set out to do goes according to plan. I think a lot of you out here can relate to that. Not everything you set out to do goes exactly how you say you want it to go. So, funny story about me is that I didn't start off in making YouTube videos, obviously. I was a teacher. Before that, I worked at a detention center, juvenile detention center for boys. And the age range was anywhere between 13 to 21. Now, what I was doing as a side thing, just as far as my personal hobby at the time, was music. I got into production first. I always been like a writer, tried to do rapping, tried to do singing. I actually, for a couple of years, took vocal coaching and tried to get my vocals up. And we tried to hit them la 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 type shit, you feel me? I wanted to be a little singer, little rapper. And then because I couldn't find anybody to do my tracks, my beats, I went ahead and I invested in a studio, in a home studio. Back then, technology wasn't as affluent as it is now. Like right now, you can grab a fucking laptop for $500 and get busy with that. Before all of that, and before DAWs, the online software and stuff like that became popular, you had to actually get external hardware. So I went to a bank, got a $5,000 loan. I did all my shopping in NYC. I was like, I want this keyboard, I want these monitors, I want this, that, and the third. I wanted an MPC and all that. I got my little shopping list and I went with my dog. We took a trip down to Virginia. Virginia had some great prices. I remember the store was Mars Music, something like that. Did my shopping in there and there was 2 stores I was going back and forth. All right, you give me a price on this bundle, this for everything that I want. And I went to another store and I was, kind of pitching them back and forth between each other. And I think Mars Music ended up having the best price. So I ended up buying all my equipment there, loaded my car up, drove my car back to NY, and I started my home studio production journey. And that just aided me and a couple of my friends in writing some songs. Anyhow, so I say that to say this, my initial journey was to do music, get nice at music, and make it in the music industry, right? And to this day, just for fun, I still rap, sing, write songs and all of that, but that's not something that I do professionally. And what actually ended up happening was, I'll bring it back to the detention center, was I actually ended up, I was a juvenile correctional officer. I was on floor with the kids, and they were like, hey man, we are looking for any employee that has any staff member that has ideas as far as what to do with the kids so they keep them entertained and get their mind onto something more productive, we'll be willing to support that. And I actually set up a music program, and it ended up being one of the most successful programs that was ever produced at the facility. And what ended up happening was before the boys racked out or after dinner, I would take like a handful of them, and I would show them how to do online production. I would show them how to properly write a song and how to produce. And after the class was over, we would kind of like set the desks in a circle, and we would have like a cipher where whoever had the hottest beat for that class would let the beat play on loop, and like everybody would get a turn because everybody wanted to be a fucking rapper or a singer, you know what I'm saying? So everybody came in with like the little notebooks full of raps, and everybody was going off, and it was a good time, And I say that story to say that who knows where this is gonna lead. I invested in, and I love gaming anyway, so I invested in a computer that's a little bit more above the standard because I wanted to do gaming on it, of course, but I also wanted to do streaming and video recording. So I invested in this computer, I invested in this room and setting it all up, but who knows? It might start off in YouTube videos, but end up going somewhere completely different. So that's why I tell that story. I'm gonna catch this before it becomes something that pops up in the comments. With this game, it looks gorgeous. Obviously, look at it, right? But I don't know, I hear a lot of comments with this game in particular with Black Myth Wukong that it stutters and it stops between transformations or between certain cutscenes. So currently I have this shit maxed out. I got an NVIDIA graphics card that has all the performance perks that you can want, the DLSS, the 3D rendering, the ray tracing, but it still seems to stutter. That shit just boggles me. So I had it set all the way to the max, and I took a couple of things down. So I did invest in a high-end computer. This is I think a 4070, 4080, I can't remember. One of the 40s, one of the higher end 40s, but it still does that. So I know that it does that, and I'm trying to invest in giving the best performance, but it's gonna happen sometimes, so please forgive your boy. Every once in a while you're gonna see some stuttering or some weirdness, but I think particularly it's with this game, and it just happens, and but I think overall it has a good visual, it has a good performance to it. You would fucking think by this time I would be used to that tail sweep. This motherfucker gets me with that shit every time. That boy good, that boy good. I do feel I made a good choice in doing this game, Black Myth, as a full playthrough, because going online I can see so many different people playing this game. Of course the young kids are playing it, but I also just recently went on YouTube and there was this old ass gray haired man just having a ball with it, and he must have been, I don't know, 70s, something up there. I was like, yo, 70-year-olds are playing fucking video games, and I love it. I love it. I'm not an ageist. If I see anybody who is enjoying their life, and it doesn't matter if it's fucking video games or doing whatever, if you have a car hobby, if you're doing whatever, if you're still a musician at 70, 80 years old, I applaud you. Do your motherfucking thing. Cause here's one of the things that I'm gonna go ahead and speak on. I have a gripe about a lot of people who are streaming and who are YouTubing that are ageists, acting like the only people who can enjoy their lives are kids, you know what I mean? Who are kids who are, 18, 20, 21. Anybody after 21, you're fucking old, dusty. You need to fucking hang it up and go somewhere underneath a rock and die. You're not allowed to enjoy your life anymore, or there's limited things that you can enjoy as you get older. And I call fucking bullshit. So I don't know. I just love to see all age ranges enjoying this game, and I'm just happy to be a part of it. And just something that I don't know. I'm gonna talk about this. It was at my job recently. There was an older guy that I was helping out, and I work in the bank environment. And he came like maybe 5 minutes before close, right? And he must have been late 60s, early 70s. And, he's still trying to get his life together. He's looking for some financial assistance. So I'm helping the guy, and there's very limited things that he can do in his life, which just made me more grateful for anybody who is living their fucking life to whichever means they feel is necessary. And he comes in and he was like, hey, sorry, I'm here so late, but I couldn't get here because I needed help putting on my leg. I can't do it myself, so I needed somebody to come over to assist me putting on my leg so I can get here to take care of what I needed to take care of. So I was kind of, initially I was a little pissed off because he's coming when I'm trying to close down the branch, and that's number one, something that's gonna frustrate me, but I'm listening to the guy. And he said that he was a war vet, and that in the middle of the war, he had to watch his leg get blown off. So the next day, which is like fucking, life-changing, of course, but the next day I was thinking about that because that story stayed in my head. I ended up helping him. He went on about his way. We had a good conversation. The conversation lasted about 15, 20 minutes because I was actually interested in hearing what he had to say because he was limited in a lot of things that he was capable of doing in his age. Not only his age, but from what he's been through. So I'm just mentioning his age because he was later in his 70s, and he was just saying that, his life is extremely impacted by what happened before. And I kind of wished for him that, that didn't happen. But anyhow, I'm talking to a coworker the next day, and I'm asking her, what would you rather have, right? Would you rather have seen your leg get blown off in front of you and watch a fucking appendage turn into a fucking pink mist, disappear in front of you and have to live with that? Or to watch a friend, watch a war buddy get decapitated and watch his head get severed and die in front of you? Like, which one would you rather have? And she was like, I think I would rather watch my leg get blown off than to watch somebody's head get fucking, decapitated and roll off, because I think that'll cause more PTSD. But I don't know. I don't know which one would I prefer. Both of them are fucking horrendous. But I present that question to you guys who are listening and watching right now. What would you prefer to have happen? Because both will be life-changing. Big win. Big fucking win. Hold on. Stop the story. Fuck you, asshole. God damn, that motherfucker was a fucking issue. Gone. Bye-bye. Anyhow, what would be your response to that question? Because it's a deep one. I'm just happy, y'all. Happy I beat that motherfucker's ass. Anyhow, coming into this area, talking to this guy, and also I realized a little bit later that he was a side mission that I didn't get a chance to do. I don't know. Maybe I'm not really planning on it because this game was enough for one run. But I guess in New Game Plus, you can go back and you can do some runs that you didn't get a chance to do in the first time. So anyhow, so he's giving me some spiel to go out and find some shit and bring it back to him. But I think I got sidetracked from the sidetrack, and I ended up just continuing on to the next boss. But I don't necessarily think it was anything too major that you end up getting from that quest. I don't know, I guess I'll figure it out next time around. But on we go. to this day, I still don't know what the fuck this thing is. It's nasty, some type of chicken demon type shit. I don't know what the fuck oozing out of this fucking, embryo, whatever this is. I don't know, but it's pretty gross. Not the hardest boss in the game, but it gave me a little bit of a challenge. It did. But you're seeing it right here, right now, live and in the flesh. This is boss number 3. And this is, showcasing the stamina. I was on this shit. I'm telling you, once again, this is Christmas fucking Day that I logged in and I was like, I'm going to do this shit. I don't know. I think overall, maybe about a good 4 or 5 hours. I'm knocking these bosses out, getting through these levels. That's why I couldn't fucking brick my shit. I was like, there's no way I'm throwing out all of this content. And these are dope bosses. I mean, the first one was meh. It was all right. It was whatever. It was necessary to get to these places, but there was no way I was gonna chuck it. So this is boss number 3. I'm on his ass, and we're gonna show you a W right here, right fucking now. Miss. Big miss. And another reason why I hated this guy is because you have to aim for his leg. And this motherfucker is moving and jigging his leg back and forth. And it was kind of hard to connect. But you had to aim for the leg, and it was very, very tiring trying to chase this motherfucker. But look at him, man. It's ugly, but it's interesting. Like, some of these bosses are super interesting. In this game and other FromSoft games, Dark Souls games, some of these bosses, you're like, how do you even think about this shit? So, which lends itself to a different topic, which is, so a lot of you guys are familiar with the game Cuphead, right? And it's very similar to, there was a movie called Who Framed Roger Rabbit, right? Way back in the day. And they said there will never be another movie made like this because it was all hand-drawn. I say that to say this, that Cuphead was a video game that was hand-drawn. And it took a minute for it to be created and released and fine-tuned because of that. Now, with gaming moving forward with the technology that we have now, which is the access to AI, how many game studios do you think are going to use that and utilize that moving forward in gaming? Just number one, for the time frame when a game starts getting created, it takes years and years. And most of you guys know, when you want a game to come out, you want that shit now. You don't want to fucking wait 5-10 years down the line. Final Fantasy VII Remake, how long did that fucking take? We were begging for that shit. Do you ever think also we're gonna get a fucking Bloodborne? That's a whole other story. But you know what I mean? So moving forward, now the studios have access to AI. Is that going to start shortening the time frame? Also, that begs the question, is that going to be an issue for careers moving forward with people who still say, hand-drawn animation is a dope thing? You don't get a lot of that. But now, is that putting people out of a job? Do you think that's a good thing or bad thing that studios have the access to AI and it'll give us games in a much shorter time frame if they utilize that? Or do we still want that raw aspect? We want people to be in the studio hand drawing, coming up with these things. Because whose imagination did this come out of? Look at this shit. Like, what type of shit were they on, bro? But I ask that a lot anytime I see these bosses in FromSoft games or Dark Souls, Bloodborne, Elden Ring. Like, who the fuck is thinking of this shit? Or is somebody sitting down now in front of like an AI generator and saying, come up with the most gruesome, nasty chicken/demon type shit you can come up with, and out comes this motherfucker? I think that's a real question though. So for artists these days, especially like I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, artists these days are like getting replaced by these AI generated artwork pieces, and the pieces are stunning. I don't know if you guys have checked that out, but if you see some AI generated artwork, it's like, god damn. And what they're doing is they're pulling from actual artists in the real world. Also, you have females that are using this in OnlyFans, And it's not even a female. It could be an old fat fuck, you know what I'm saying, come up with, a gorgeous girl with big old ditties and shit like that, and produce some pictures, and I'm gonna post that on OnlyFans. That's a thing. A lot of AI generated models are on OnlyFans getting a check. So how much do you think AI is gonna impact the future moving forward? I want to know your thoughts. With a stack with you. This armor build wasn't doing me too many favors at all. Like, what the fuck? I think the only thing that is a plus is when I'm coming out of a transformation and it actually gives me a little extra defense. Outside of that, I'm really looking for, because I'm an aggressive type player, you know what I mean? I want more attack. I want more damage done. You know what I'm saying? So when I'm putting belt to ass, I don't really care too much that when I'm coming out of a fucking transformation, I'm gonna have more defense. I wanna know that when I'm hitting you, you're fucking feeling it. I'm fucking chunking your life down. So I have to give another look at what I'm gonna do with my armor build. But this one, it did alright. You know what I'm saying? It did alright, but not exactly what I was looking for. So at this point, I know the play. I know how he's gonna shoot out those little 3 red laser things or whatever. I'm saying I'm on his ass. Weave, bozo, get your ass smacked, nigga. Completely got into my bag at this point because I already knew how he was rocking. You know what I'm saying? So boom, I already know I gotta go for the leg. All right, weave the fuck out of there with that. I'm using that smash dance because that's my shit at this point, between smash dance and the last one. That pillar stance, I already told you I'm not really rocking with that. I mean, here's another thing. I don't know if the pillar stance has more of a range. Like, can it reach further than thrust stance? That's something I'm not too sure about. So if anything, if it does have advantage in that area where it has more range, I could use it just for that, where if I'm looking to hit a guy, it's a little bit too far away, I might use it for that. But outside of that, I'm rocking with the thrust and I'm rocking with the smash. So on his ass, he's gonna have to take this belt to ass, boom, right in your fucking head. You know what I'm saying? Getting back on him. But I think at this point, I'm locked in. I know his move sets, and that W is right around the corner, man. It's right around the corner. You can see the frustration kicking in, man. Because I feel like this guy is a little too easy. Like, it shouldn't be taking me this long. But the things that get you are those one and done hits where you know you're about to kill this nigga, and then boom, out of nowhere comes that hit that chunks your entire life out. And those are the ones, when you're learning the movesets, those are the ones that you gotta memorize first. Like, all right, if this hit hits me, not gonna matter so much. If this one hits me, it's fucking GG's, bro. It's game over. So those are the ones you gotta start memorizing first, and that's what got me this last round. But I think I got his ass this round. You feel me? after this guy, there's not too many bosses left. If I'm not mistaken, I think there's only one boss left in this chapter. And that's it. It's only 2 more chapters. There's 5 and there's 6 that I'm getting ready to head into. And I'm kind of feeling a little sad. I'm having a really, really good time, especially now that I know a little bit more. Like the first 2 chapters, just getting used to the builds and how Wukong moves, the Destined one. You're just getting used to it. 3, you're kind of getting in your bag, but 3 was a fucking asshole. Like 3 was a labyrinth, kind of. And it was more figuring out how to get through that chapter, more so than the enemies. But 3 was a movie, 100%. This chapter was dope. But now I really feel like I'm in my bag. Like I really know the mechanics of the game. I really know how to move around a little bit better. Got a chance to grind my levels. You know what I'm saying? So I'm really in a great place. So I'm really hoping, I have my fingers crossed, for the best for 5 and 6. Hoping those 2 chapters are really the shining chapters of the game. I know the story is beginning to unfold a little bit more. Especially I got my little boar pig friend with me. He's an interesting character. They did a good job with him, and now other people are playing their roles out. So, I hope 5 and 6 really open up the game and the story unfolds, much wider. But I really hope those 2 shine because the game is almost over. I'm kind of sad about it. You know what I mean? I'm not exactly too sure what game I want to play next. Maybe I might go into God of War. I still have to play so many games. Devil May Cry. There's so many different games. But yeah, I'm kind of sad that this one is almost over. So hopefully 5 and 6, really, really open up and start to shine bright. Because I'm really loving this game. So far, what I said in the beginning, that it's going to be like a 10 out of 10 top tier game, it's still holding up to that. I'm really, really happy with this game. Almost got him up out of here. But also, please, y'all, just keep in mind that I love gaming, but I'm not gaming 24 hours a day. I do have a full-time job I'm doing. Outside of that, I'm in the gym a lot of the time. I'm doing some other things. So whatever extra time I have, that's when I'm gaming. So if you guys are looking at my gameplay and like, oh, you should have done this or you should have did, I only have, so much time in order to, get nice. You know what I'm saying? So everything that I'm figuring out is not because I'm doing it a lot on my off times, because I'm figuring it out on the go. You know what I mean? So I know there's people that are way nicer. I know you're probably looking at the gameplay like, yo, why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do this? And how come you're not moving like this? Probably because I don't have all that extra time to invest into it. The time that I have, I'm loving it and I'm enjoying the game, but I'm not, investing too much extra time into it. So what you see is what you get as far as in what I'm learning on the fly. You know what I mean? So I'm just happy to be back into gaming. It's just something that I wish I would have been doing for a while, but I had to put on the back burner because of other, because of life, nigga, because of life. So you're gonna count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This nigga's almost up out of here. I'm gonna watch me catch that W. You dig? was happy on this motherfucker, boy. I've been waiting for that needle. So that's another one that I was just happy to receive, man. I've been seeing a lot of people doing playthroughs, and they've been using the shit out of that needle. And also, I know that it comes in handy for the final boss of this chapter. Super dope, super happy to get that. Super happy this motherfucker was over and done with. And it was a dope boss, man. Can't complain at all. So, going on here to say 3 bosses down. I ended up having to take my puffer jacket off. It was getting hot in the bitch in that motherfucker, man. But anyhow, pulled it off. I was really, really happy with the performance. Really enjoyed that I could actually do something with this video. And I'm happy y'all joined along for the journey, man. Thank you so much for watching. And of course, I'll see you next one, man. Peace.